Hello everybody, Grizzly Pig here. Welcome to today's episode, and we are playing V Rising 1.0. And today I'm going to show you two places where you can farm sulfur. So we are first of all going to start off with the lower level zone. You'll have access to this very early on, and we are going in the woods over to the far west, southwest in the woods here. And this is where the boss Clive is, the fire starter, and this is a sulfur quarry. And there's going to be about 5 or 6 nodes here that you can farm of the smaller nodes of sulfur. So kill all the little mobs that get in your way. They're very easy to kill even if you're low level. If you are low level though, you will have to dance around the boss maybe, unless you plan on killing him. So we're going to clean up these nodes here and see how much we get. Take all the crates as well. I'm not doing that right now, but you can get extra sulfur from those two, so they are well worth farming. And I recommend you don't use a great sword for this, but if you've got a mace, then that's even better, because it's just going to farm quicker for you than any other weapon. Be careful of these barrels here. You'll definitely want to avoid the blast from those. You won't be able to avoid blowing up a couple of the sulfur ore nodes, but when they do blow up, they will give you some sulfur from them anyway, so it's not the worst thing that can happen, but just avoid the damage from those, and then you can just take the sulfur. So about 5 or 6 nodes here. This is a low level zone, so there's not going to be that many, because sulfur makes barrels, explosives, that kind of thing, so it's gated a little bit early on in the game. But you can find sulfur nodes also randomly about the woods as well. So if you're riding about on your way back from getting copper or whatever, or doing a boss, and you see a sulfur node, definitely worth taking, because early game you're not going to get so much from farming this place here. You're only going to get about 500 to 700 sulfur, depending on how the crates and the loot goes for you. So now we're going back to base, dropping off the loot, and we're going to go to the second place now. This is the Transcendent mine over in Gloomrot, so you're going to have to be a bit higher level for this, and you're also going to need to have access to bear form as well, because we're going to find that there are small sulfur nodes, and there are also the large ones that can only be broken with explosives or by being in bear form. So you're going to want to spawn over to either of the central teleports in Gloomrot, so the northern one in the middle or the southern one as well is fine. They're about the same in distance from the mine here, and clear up the mobs, because they're going to be a pain for you. But if you are killing these, they're going to be dropping some stuff that's very useful for you, particularly the tech scraps that you'll also be after. So take all of the crates as well, because more tech scraps and stuff. Kill all the mobs before you start mining the place. You'll also notice that not only do you get sulfur from here, but there are copper nodes spawning as well, also the small ones and the large ones. I'm going to ignore those because I get a ton of copper as a byproduct from sending minions out to this place anyway, so I don't generally farm the copper here because I'm swimming in it. So go into bear form, and it looks like I've forgotten how to use bear form, but once I worked it out, we're going to use the weapon ability that the bear has there, and then we're going to left click on those when that's on cooldown until they're basically broken, and you're going to get a huge amount of sulfur from these larger rocks here. So I'm not clearing all of the crates because I'm doing this just for speed here, but I'll show you what we get at the end of it, and it's going to be significantly more than the sulfur mine in the woods, but you can expect that because this is a higher level zone. Both the lower level zone and this zone here you can send your minions out to as well to get extra sulfur, so I suggest as soon as you can send your minions out early game to the woods spot. You should do that straight away, because you're going to need a lot of sulfur for different things. Even if you don't need it directly, you're going to need it later on in the game one way or another, so get your minions out farming this as soon as you can do, for sure. So just clear up the minions. The little miner guys, they're very easy to take out. They're just like the ones you'll find anywhere else, like in the copper mine or anything like that. The ones you'll have to kill quickly is the tin cans. They're not as hard as the ones in North Gloomrot, because this area is the easier part of Gloomrot. It's in Gloomrot South, so the tin cans and all the mobs in general are a little lower level. They're a bit easier to kill. But I am 91 here, so it's not a fair representation if you're coming here for the first time. It's very easy when you're max level, of course. And after this node here, that's going to be just about it. There's I believe there's a bit of RNG whether you get the whether you get the sulfur nodes to spawn or the copper ones, but in general, unless someone's cleared this place, you're going to come out with quite a lot of sulfur. And we're going to clear up the crates here as well. You get all good loot. Everything's worth taking here. And then once we're done here, if you finish off in this sort of northwestern area of the mine on the lower section, and you take this node out, there is going to be a ramp just here to our left, and at the top of that ramp there is going to be a jump down cliff bit that we can get out of the mine very quickly, so that we don't have to go back to the entrance. We can just zip out quickly. And also that's very handy because once we're out here, we're only about 100 yards away from the cave that is twinned with the woods. So we live in the woods, as I've mentioned a few times. So if you do live in the woods, every cave will come out in the woods that's in the highest level zone. So as soon as you cleared this area, take yourself over to the cave, and then you're as good as back home again. So that's about it. We're going to have a look and see what we got here. So that's about 1800 just over sulfur, so significantly more, nearly 3 times more, maybe 2.5 to 3 times more than the Clive area. But that's it. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel as well. It'd help out a great deal. And I will catch you guys next time. Thank you very much.